Hey, Shalom everyone, it's your brother Daniela, aka the Copper Color Aboriginal, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about vaccines. Now, a few days ago, they were talking about whether or not they were going to make vaccines legal, okay? Would you be legally required to take vaccines? Now, me, I work for the school system here, okay? I'm already having a sneaking suspicion that they're going to try to make us take vaccines. Now, they don't have a vaccine right now, so that means they said that they're going to try to get a vaccine within a year, so it kind of gives us almost a year before they're going to implement this, and I think that's good because this will give people a time. This will give people time to prepare. So say if you're going back to work, like for here in this example, here in Ohio, schools. Let me move my mic real quick. Here in Ohio, schools are continuing in the fall, but for the first quarter, which means the first 70 to 90 days, they're actually going to have what they call it, remote learning. So basically, the same thing that they had towards the last part of the school year, where they had kids learning from the computers and stuff like that. They said that they believe that that's going to be the safest route for schooling this upcoming school year. Now, what that means for people like me who actually have to have kids to actually work and make money, that means that people like me won't be working for the first quarter of the school year. So I'm just wondering how they're going to work out. Really, honestly, the school system here, the school district I work for, they're crap. The union that we have, they're crap. They're not taking care of us like how we pay them to actually. And it's funny because with my union, with the school district that I work with, even if you opt out of being in the union, you still have to pay union dues. Crazy, right? That's mafia mentality. That's mafia tactics right there. That's called extortion. So yeah, crazy. So that's how things are going to be this part of the school year. They're starting off. Now, I think it's crazy because I know they're going to do it when they come out with a vaccine, whether it's 3 months from now or whether it's a whole year from now. I know that they're going to try to force people to take a vaccine. And the reason why I say that is because of this video I'm about to show you guys. So anyways, I'm going to play it for you guys and you can check it out.
As we race to develop a coronavirus vaccine, some major questions are emerging. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. A lot of people are wondering if the government could force people to get it, or could people who refuse get banned from stores or lose their jobs? ABC 10 News anchor Derek Stahl spoke with a legal expert to get some answers.
Imagine a world where you have to get vaccinated and show proof to go shopping, board a plane, or just go to work. Legally, it could happen, says University of San Diego law professor Dov Fox.
States can compel vaccinations in more or less intrusive ways. They can limit access to schools or services or jobs if people don't get vaccinated. It could force them to pay a fine or even lock them up in jail. Those measures have been adopted in other countries like France, but not so far in the United States.
Now, isn't that crazy? So they're saying that potentially, if they come out with a vaccine, potentially people will be forced to take these vaccines. If not, if you choose not to take these vaccines, you may not be able to go to certain businesses, whether it's like anywhere, whether it's like a comedy show or a food establishment. You may not be able to travel. You may get fired from your job. And they're talking about making it less intrusive by bringing it to work and stuff like that. So maybe having your job set up a day where they get everybody vaccinated and stuff like that, which is absolutely ridiculous. But they already do tactics like that with kids. Like I say, I work in the school system, and A few times every year. I will say probably about 3 times every year. The schools that I work for, I notice that they have this big old van that comes up here from Ohio State University, and these people vaccinate people's kids. And it's crazy because parents, they sign a consent form at the beginning of the school year to allow this stuff to happen, but they don't know everything that's going to happen. They're just like, hey, this is a consent form, so if your kid, if we want to get your kid seen by medical whatever people, we're allowed to do so. And they also put under the guise of, hey, this is free health care. And most people are like, hey, free health care for my kid? Sure, sign me up. And so that's the whole trick. So when they have that consent form, whatever the hell they roll out, whether it's flu vaccine or even a COVID vaccine, they'll be able to inject it into your kid legally because you gave consent to it. So don't do that, because it was funny, true story with my niece. My sister signed the consent form for this very same thing, and the dentist truck came up to my niece's school and pulled her damn teeth out. Pulled her teeth out. My sister was upset because she didn't know that she signed up for that, and they didn't call her or anything like that to get permission from her because they had those consent forms. So see, this is why you have to be very careful with these papers that you sign, especially when it comes to like medical stuff and giving permission to these people to take care of your kids. You really have to read the print, and you have to know what will happen. Because I'd be damned if I sign some stuff like that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And if my job tries to do it, I'm quitting. Point blank, period. I get fired. And I dare you guys to try to throw me in jail or imprison me over my dead body. That's how I feel. My ass is going to be out in the wilderness surviving. It's funny because you know how people always talked about the mark of the beast and things like that. I will say that this is probably the closest to the Christian mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? Because most of these vaccines, like I'm sure with the COVID vaccine, like the flu vaccine, you have to take in your arm, your elbow. So remember, people think that's going to either be in your hand or on your forehead, the mark. That's what the scripture says. So in between, you're killing two birds with one stone. But I really believe that it's not talking about an actual physical mark. It's talking about a train of thought. So it's like Antichrist, train of thought. Big Judah actually did a video recently on the Antichrist, and he was reading from, I think, 3rd Ezra or 4th Ezra, I can't remember, talking about the Antichrist, and it simply spelled out white Jesus, man. It was good. That was a good video. You guys should check that out. But yeah, I definitely will not be taking the vaccine. Lock me up or something, because I'm not taking that crap. I'll lose my job in a heartbeat. And I'll go and find something else to do, or my ass will go and live in the wilderness. I don't care. But yeah, so anyways, I want you guys to let me know what y'all would do. Would y'all take the vaccine? Do y'all think it's safe enough? I seriously feel like people who take the vaccine, I feel like those people are liable to do anything just to fit into society. I feel like that vaccine is like selling your soul. That's what I equate that to. Some people don't want to take it, but they're so goddamn scared of everything that they run to their own death. They run to their own death. And it's crazy. So damn afraid of dying that they do everything that they think is going to help them live, and it actually ends up killing them. It's crazy. Yeah. Well, anyways, guys, that's all I have to say. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out, shalom, and may the Most High bless you.